Ever wondered what it would be like to let a car parallel park itself? I did, and it was terrifying. But after the first couple of tries, you might come to like Ford's Active Park Assist, which I tested in a 2010 Lincoln MKS with EcoBoost on the streets in San Francisco. We put it to the ultimate test here. It's surprisingly self-sufficient. Push the Park Assist button in the center of the car and a message in the center console tells you to slow down. The car beeps when the built-in sensors on the front bumper find a space that the car will fit into. You need your own eyes to know if it might have located a space that is actually a driveway or a fire hydrant. Ford says it's working on improvements in that arena, but in the end wants you in control of the car. Once it's found a space that you're satisfied with, you hit the brake and the assist feature alerts you to pull forward just a little bit more. Then it tells you to put the car in reverse and take your hands off the wheel. Yes, that's right, remove your hands entirely from the wheel. You control the gas and brake pedals, so ultimately the speed, which feels a little uncomfortable at first since we're conditioned to keep our hands on the wheel at all times. It's a bit of a leap of faith, but it works. The car backs into the spot at an angle, then cuts the wheel to be parallel to the curb. Backs up until it starts beeping wildly to let you know you're close to the car behind you. Here you put the car back in drive and it tells you that Active Park Assist is complete. So how does it do? I found the tighter the spot, the better it did. In spots where there was a space or two behind where you put your car, it kept backing up. Ford explains that this is because the front sensors calculate the space between two definite objects to park the car correctly. In the larger spaces, the car's rear end sometimes was sticking out a bit from the curb, or the car was a good foot from the curb, or it was on the outside of those white lines delineating the space, which you can get a ticket for. Because we live in hilly San Francisco, we wanted to put the car, yes, to the ultimate test, and we headed to Hyde Street where the hill plunges down into Fisherman's Wharf. I held my hands in the air and the car backed into the space on its own. But all said, both on the upside and the downside of the hill, it performed. So, is it worth it? If you're parallel parking challenged, you may not have a choice. If you are good at parallel parking, this is a $535 feature on top of the thousands of dollars you likely just spent on a new Ford. This is only available on the 2010 models that also have electric power steering. An expensive toy in my world. In San Francisco, for WSJ.com's Worth It column, I'm Stacy Below.